Hey guys, welcome back to Daniel Plays Dark Souls and Rants About Movies. Today, I'm going to be talking about the Raid Redemption while getting my butt absolutely kicked in Dark Souls. So let's get back into it. Just a quick recap. Last time we left off, I made a mistake. I beat the gargoyles without getting hit, which is like super awesome, but then I used a bone to get back here instead of back to the parish. Now the problem is I gotta get back all the way up to the parish without dying to lose my souls. Alright. Alright. Going good so far. Yeah. Alright. Once I get going, I'll talk about the raid. Alright, so the raid came out in, I believe, 2014. Let me check and make sure. Hold on. 2011. Alright. So the raid came out in 2011, and it is awesome. I freaking love this movie so much. Alright, cool. Pass there. So I love the raid, and some of you may know this because you've seen our brawl of Batman versus John Wick, where I talked just a little bit about the raid. But the raid is so good, and Cinefix just did a movie list of action movies where they talked about the raid, and they talked about it in a way that I really liked, and I want to talk about it now too. So the basic premise of the raid movie is that this guy, Rama, is part of an elite like SWAT team in Indonesia, and he gets put on this detail to go raid an apartment building that is being used as, that's owned by like this crime boss, is used as his headquarters, and is basically a housing place for a bunch of people who are criminals. Not all of them are criminals, as we come to find out, but a good number of them are. And because of that, the police, on the orders of this corrupt guy thing. Alright, here we go. Sorry, I'm gonna level up here. Leave 16 there too, or is it 18? There we go. Can I wear pants now? No. That's okay. There we go. Because of this corrupt police officer, they go to raid this building because he wants to use it as a way to boost his career, basically, and become one of the higher ups. In the police force, kind of a thing, right? So they're fighting under false pretenses, for lack of a better term, and that's okay. It's a reinforced weapon. It's a bottle movie, you know. It's let's get a bunch of dudes into this arena kind of a thing, and let's have a fight. you know, because fighting's cool. Everyone loves fighting, right? And it is a blast. One soul off. Dang. Okay. I have this guy. And it's a blast. They get in there and it immediately just goes to crap. Not immediately. They actually have like a couple of pretty cool, good moments. But it almost immediately just goes to crap, and it's awesome. Fun fact: Mike Shinoda of Linkin Park. He did the music for it, and it's great. It's directed by Gareth Edwards, and not Gareth Edwards, Gareth Evans, and it is pretty freaking dope. So Rama is like this super master martial artist guy with just some of the coolest looking action fight scenes, and it's kind of cool because the movie starts out like it's going to be more of a gun kata fighting, bang bang shoot gun kind of a thing, and there's still plenty of good bang bang shoot gun action in it, but it is decidedly a hand-to-hand martial arts combat movie, and and it's wonderful, and I love it. Like, it's super tense in parts. It's super, like, almost funny in some parts. Just because you sit there and you're like, oh yeah, no, that's a good kill, right? And I love it. Gonna rest here just for safety, and let me see here. There we go. All right. So Rama and his misfit band of cops come in and just start arresting people, and then they find out that there's just cameras everywhere in this building, and so they start arresting people, and they're just working their way up, just taking out guys, right? Like super fast, super efficient. It's actually pretty cool to see. But then they like see that they're taking out these guys, and they see these kids, this kid, and the kid goes and runs and presses the alarm, and just all heck breaks loose. The lights shut off because now the guy upstairs knows where they're at, and can I wear pants now? Yes, cool. Pants are good. And they go and they have to like sit there, and they're waiting for this door to open. It's super tense, super intense, and then Rama, who is the protagonist and obviously the best one, just because reasons. And he knows what's up. He finds out he realizes that there's guys surrounding them from above, which is dope. And like you don't see it until Gareth Evans wants you to, and it's this super cool reveal, super cool moment of just awesomeness. Like it's super tense, and like Cinefix even talked about that in those in one of their videos, I'm sure. I believe it was the 5 brilliant moments of action, and it's intense, and go watch that video if you want a better breakdown, because I'm not going to do it justice. But there's a couple other cool parts about the movie. One, all of the guns and everything are all airsoft guns, which is cool because that's what me and my friends use, me and Matt and Jake, what we use when we're making movies. Like, if you've ever had the misfortune of seeing our Never Trust a Dame video, which I actually still love, that we made, by the way, if you've ever seen that, you know that revolver was fake. I don't know if by that point we had finally taken off the orange tip, or if it still looked like just an airsoft gun, but yeah, it was just an airsoft gun. It was kind of cool because we had it. It was kind of a blowback, and that's still the same gun from Kill Shot, actually, if you guys have ever had the misfortune of seeing that. Holy cow. Alright, getting out of here. But yeah, we use airsoft guns to do like all the fighting, or all the flares and shells and stuff in post, which is really easy to do badly, but not so easy to do well. And I think that it shows a little bit in our videos about how well we do those, i.e. not very. Alright, here's Quaalag. Gotta stay away from the lava there. Alright. And then once the gun scenes kind of fade away, there's a couple really good action fight scenes in the raid. Like, just from a pure fight choreography thing, like, if you guys have seen our stuff, you know we're not good at fight scenes. Heal, heal. Alright, sorry, boss. Humanity. Alright. So yeah, you guys know that we are not very good at fight scenes. Yes! First try. Doesn't normally happen, guys. And so to see what we can't do very well done so incredibly well that I can't even begin to describe how envious I am of their skill, that it boggles my mind. And it only gets better in the raid too, in terms of like action scenes. The storytelling isn't as tight in part 2, and I think on some level that's okay. But at the same time, part 1 is just such a astounding movie. Here, give me just a sec. I need to remember how to dupe in Dark Souls real quick. How to dupe. Oh my gosh. How to dupe in Dark Souls. Speedsouls.com. Like, if you like Dark Souls at all and want to learn how to speedrun, like, that's a great thing. All right, so let's see if I can do this. Yeah. Cool. All right, I can do. I knew how to do that. I knew. Here, actually, if you'll let me reset the camera real quick, then I'll come back. Just a sec. All right, I'm back. Back to Dark Souls and back to the raid. Get up some more info about the raid here. I have been using a cheat sheet. So yeah. All right. So I have absolutely just loved Gareth Evans as a director and as a filmmaker. He has done amazing work, and it's been inspiring to see, honestly, just how talented of a filmmaker he is. And he has a couple of really good videos on YouTube about how he directs action. They're a couple of years old now, of course, but they're still really good resources for filmmakers who want to do action, because his directing action is unparalleled. It's insane to see how well he's able to stage an action scene and how well he's able to choreograph it, as well as choreograph the camera, because he treats the camera almost as another fighter or another boxer, which is what all good action directors do, right? Is they choreograph not only the fight scene, but also the action scene. And they're able to direct it in such a way that it's cohesive and exciting. And even though there are some misuse of shaky cam and camera shake and handheld cameras in the industry, not quite as much lately, but still pretty common. Dang. Okay. He does it in such a way where it's still exciting without losing that cohesiveness, without losing the ability to tell what's going on. The punches land and you can feel it. You can hear with the great sound design how well those hits land, and they hurt, and they sound like they hurt, and it's intense, and it's hard to replicate that. Like, you can, as a wannabe filmmaker, pretty much, I can sit there and try to replicate that sound, and I just don't get it. I can't. There we go. I can't seem to get that same impact. I don't have access to the recordings and things like that these guys do, which of course is amazing that they can do this stuff. And like Cinefix talks about, it almost sounds more like a horror movie. The squish, the pop of the bones, the intense brutality of it. It's not quite horror movie gore necessarily, but it's getting there, and I love it, and it's so good. And the best part about it, and why I specifically love the Raid Redemption versus the Raid 2, is because it understands pacing of story a little bit better. The Raid 2 is so good, but it's so long and it drags a little bit, and it drags in ways that are not very fun, to be honest. Like, there are some superfluous fight scenes, there are some 23. There are some superfluous fight scenes, there are some superfluous elements of the story, just how it hey, how much do I need? 24, dang, okay, that's all right. I'll level up once more here in just a minute. But there are some great aspects of it. Specifically, the action scenes are as good, if not better, than the first Raid movie. And how else do I put this? But the cohesiveness, the tightness of the Raid Redemption is unparalleled. Just it's got such a tight structure. It's clearly Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. It's clearly it's clearly the inciting incident. It's got all of the appeal of... Is he still following me? No? Okay, cool. It's got all the appeal... No. I don't want to say appeal. I'm bad at this. Wow. Okay. It's got all the strengths of Die Hard still. Like, it's such a tight screenplay, and for those of you who haven't seen it, I would recommend watching it in Indonesian, just because it flows better, and the dubbing of the sound effects is a lot better in Indonesian than it is in English. There are still a lot of pros to the English, i.e. I can understand everything that they're saying, but I feel like the Indonesian language and the Indonesian inflections in their voice and the acting is so much better. And so yeah, watch it in Indonesian. One other really cool aspect of the Raid that I really like is how it plays the family dynamic. Like, the movie starts and the first thing you see is just this dude who is ripped, Rama. He is so lean. Like, he's so lean, but you can tell that he has so much endurance. Couldn't again, sorry. He has just so much endurance, but it starts out with him going up to his pregnant wife and being like, hey, this is just a routine, raid as a SWAT guy. And then you just sit there and you know for a fact that this guy either gonna die or you're gonna think or it's gonna be so intense that you think he's gonna die. Um, and like, just because you know how movies are. Like, one doesn't just sit there and go up to his pregnant wife and go, yeah, this is a routine. No, it doesn't end well. But what's also cool is that it like hints at it not ending well, with his dad immediately after being like, hey, you gotta bring this guy home, right? You gotta bring your brother home and be safe and think about your wife and things like that. So it on some level knows that we've seen a movie before, which is cool, and is very smart of the and treats. Dang it. And treats the audience well, I think. Dang it. Alright, sorry. I'm bad at this. I'm bad and I should feel bad, and I know. Okay. Sorry, what was I saying? So it treats the audience well, and it has, I don't want to say throwaway lines, because all the lines are important, but it has lines that insinuate that it knows that you've seen a movie, and it knows that you know what you're in for. Like, it doesn't try to beat around the bush. It doesn't try to say, oh, maybe he'll it is just a routine and you're gonna get tricked. No, it knows that you've seen a movie before, and that's okay. And I love that aspect of it. I love how it is smart, and it's a smart action movie, and it doesn't beat around the bush in terms of, oh, so you think that it's going to do well. Dang, can I get it? Can I get it? Did I do it? Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, man, I've beaten this game dozens of times, and in all that time, I don't think I've ever been able to actually get him to fall off. I've always had to just start hitting him. Oh, man. All right, cool. But then, like, you in the raid, you meet the brother again. Sorry, super smart. You meet the brother, and pretty quickly, about the midway point, you realize that the brother's not actually a bad guy. They're like, yeah, he's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy, Like, he tries to protect his brother in the only ways that he really knows how, and that's cool. And I like that aspect of it. I like how it, like, yeah, on some level, you kind of just knew that he... Oh, that's why. Dang. Okay. On some level, you knew that he wasn't going to just that the brother wasn't just going to be a bad guy, but you also kind of weren't sure, and you were just kind of rooting for him. And yeah, I like it. I like it. I think it's good. The raid is fun. I had fun with the raid. Yeah. See that? Suck it. Um, but let me run through a couple of my favorite parts of the raid just really quick. I loved how strong the fight scenes were. I loved how Rama and his brother teamed up against the Mad Dog guy at the end. I loved how he like did the whole fighting thing, like kick him down, then let him back up, take him down, let him back up, and I loved how it and I loved how it kept trying to one up itself. And there were some super tense parts, like when Rama's in the wall and like he's holding on to the guy that's got a busted leg and or has been stabbed or whatever, or shot, and like has to keep him quiet, and then he gets like his face totally sliced open. Oh my gosh, that is so just intense and hard to watch, man. Like it's crazy how it's crazy how well this movie works. And it's cool because this is Gareth Evans' like first real feature film, and it's totally a international movie, and I love that. I love how it's a Swedish director with Indonesian martial arts, a Japanese American composer, all this cool stuff. It's wonderful. And there you go. This is an easy way to do rafters, by the way. If you're just patient, most of the time they'll just jump off and die. And so just stay patient. There you go. I know it's not fast, but I'm not killing myself here, you know? Yeah. Alright, cool. Made it past the rafters. Yay! Oh, man. Alright, I am actually going to just stop there for today. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me very badly rant about the raid. Watch the raid, but please don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends. If you like Let's Plays and you want to see me get my butt kicked at Dark Souls while ranting about movies, stay tuned for the next one. We'll see how many of these I do. Thanks. Bye.